Good morning, cyber friends. Mitty Man coming back at you from Walker's Music with yet another word for the day. We giving a big shout out to the YouTube fam from Baby Justice all the way up to Big Papa JT. We're gonna give y'all hoping that everybody's well this morning. We on another worship Sunday. It's about time to go out in a couple more hours maybe on out to the house of prayer and do not only our duty, but our necessarily call. And we said call to worship. And we want to give God the praise. We want to give God the honor. I dare not take praise or glory from anything that only belongs to God. I dare not do that. And we want to say we thank God for life, health, and strength. And we thank God that He has touched little baby brother Justice. And from the last report I heard from Brother JT, man, we thank you, man, for keeping us informed. And matter of fact, Justice's mom had sent me a little bit of text message in AIM, and also told I had said something to tell Justice. Godspeed. She said she would relay the message, and we give God even more honor for that. I want to also take this time out right now to say greetings to Mama JT. I meant to do that the other night, and you know how it is. We are human, and we want to say Mama JT. We take our hat off to you, because behind every great man there is a greater, I should say sometime, a greater woman. It takes that to make great men. I can't help how much men you think it is. You're self-sufficient, you're not. It takes two. In other words, God said everything was incomplete until He made Eve with Adam. So a man is not complete by himself. We want to make certain we do that. And Mama JT, we take our hat off to you as well. Today is well, every day is a special day. But we often mark holidays, especially like the 4th of July, Christmas, and whatnot. And some people say Easter Sunday. I did too until I learned better, and I started calling it Resurrection Sunday. It's still called Easter Sunday to a degree, but I'm saying we, as a Christian, we know what time it is. But I still say we have to walk a chalk line, because our lives are up on a microscope every day. Because we say who we are, and people are going to make certain that we live up to what we say. Not that we are trying to people please, but Jesus said we are the light of the world, so we must show the bright kind of light. Everybody's putting off a light, but it's just sometimes it's not good light. But like I said, this weekend, and it's been a celebration. You got a lot of things going on. The 4th of July, you got a lot of homecomings, you got a lot of family reunions, you got a lot of class reunions and stuff, and people getting together, having fun and festivity. They're reminiscing over old times and stuff. Matter of fact, I've been out of school, high school, for 31 years. I counted a blessing, still here. But the one thing, people, I'm saying, and I'm still pleading, is that the fact of the matter is this nation, as it being the 4th of July, the birthday of this nation, the United States of America. And we know, and I'm going to spend most of the time speaking about it this morning, and I'm going to lay it straight on the line, straight from the hip, not going to hold back nothing. This country was founded, I don't care what nobody else say, because I can read myself. This country was founded on Bible, Christian principles. Point blank. This nation was founded for number one, just about it, you could say, for religious freedom. This nation, and excuse me sometime if I kind of veer off, this nation was founded, and the forefathers, they fought hard, they worked hard. Go all the way back to the Mayflower. And you think back in the 1600s when they first landed there on Plymouth Rock, that first winter was terrible. A lot of them died, cold, froze to death, hungry, disease. A lot of them didn't make it. They befriended the Indians and taught them certain things that they didn't know, letting us know, people, that we can learn something from anybody. Not putting down the Indian, because the Indians are very smart people, very smart people. We wonder sometimes why things happen the way they happen, but that's not what the title of this speech is going to be about. But we know that it was for freedom of all kinds. People, freedom means everything to the United States. Now we can wonder why the slavery entered in. Well, people, just ask yourself a question. Anytime the devil gets involved in something, you're going to have chaos. But it was Thomas Jefferson, I said about that, he spoke about that all God's creation was created with certain inalienable rights, meaning you couldn't take these rights from them. That's the right to life, freedom, and a choice of quality of life, to live a quality of life. That was just an inalienable rights. You can't take that from them. And this nation, I believe that's why this nation has that spirit that it will not tolerate any kind of tyrannic activity that it knows about. Terrorism, dictatorship. I believe the spirit of America, the spirit, will not allow it. And that's how come this nation, for over 200 years, but going on 3, it just will not tolerate injustice. I know we can say a lot for things that are not going on, but I'm talking about the original plan. And that's what the call is this morning. America, we need to get back to the original plan. We have drifted off from what those founding fathers stood for. We need to drift back to the original plan. It is my knowledge, I've been through Washington, D.C., but I've not yet had the opportunity to visit certain places, the buildings and governmental buildings in Washington, D.C., and I've heard that even in the Supreme Court over the Chief Justice seat, there stand the 10 Commandments. Now you can't even display them in the post office. What kind of mess is that? That don't make no sense to me. The very gospel that our nation was founded upon, we are doing away with it. 1962, you take prayer out of the school system. Come on, people. Something's wrong with that picture. The nation that forget God cannot last. And that's just how come our nation, not right about now, is being torn at the fabric. And I believe it's only by the past thing that this nation have done. The past thing that God is looking at for this nation that had done is really what holding this nation together yet and still, because God is looking at the former days. And I told y'all to stand with me, and I'm going to say this in the next few minutes to let your voice be known. If you feel like that, if you believe like I believe, and I believe that we can have the glory days can come back again. But people, if we forget God, that's how come I'm saying, y'all, let's pray for our nation leaders, from the President Obama all the way down to the least of the cabinet members, all the way down to Congress. Congress people we know make the laws. We know that. Congress is the one that declares war, or it should. Our founding fathers were very careful about separation of powers, people. And that when we start relying on the government instead of God, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Bad idea. No. So like I said, if everybody think like I do, let's pray for our leaders, our world leaders, but especially the leaders of the United States, starting with President Obama, that we would do the right thing when it comes to the nation of Israel. Because I keep saying, people, and I say it until the day I die, any nation go against Israel, God will be against them. It's all in the Word. I didn't pick up the Word this morning. Don't need to. It's in here. But if we fail to go back to the original plan, We need to go back and reread the Declaration of Independence. It's full of nothing but the Bible. And matter of fact, the book of the law, the Torah, is full of the book of the law. It's based on the book of the law. People, we need to get back to the basics. I'm just going to say that. Papa JT, I wish and hope, and my prayer is just like what Paul said for the nation of Israel. What Paul said, he said, he said, I tell you that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. And he said his whole prayer for Israel was that they would be saved. That's my prayer for America. God bless America. America is a great country. Great country. Greatest one I know of. They always went to the aid of everybody. But yet it still is hated by most, you know, I won't call them uncivilized, but, you know, I call things as I see them. I don't know how in the world we can send millions and millions of dollars to people and then they spit on our flag and burn it. Never understood that, but like I say, to God, we need to go back to God regardless of what they do, what they say, how they do, or whatever they may try to do. Any nation that forgets God comes to nothing. And any nation that goes against Israel comes to nothing. He said that was a blessing, though he said, I will bless those that bless you, and I will curse those that curse you. That's in Genesis, people. That's in Genesis. That's what God told Abraham. So at this last few seconds, we're going to say happy birthday to the USA. Happy birthday to the USA. All our nation leaders, from the president on down, let's go back to the basics. Go back to the original plan. Go back and reread that Declaration of Independence and open your Bible. And and you will see for yourself, it's almost a mirror image. With that being said, we're saying God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Peace. Goodbye.